Hello YouTube, welcome back to another weekly upload of E3's life, or my journal, as I call it now. I'll call it E3's journal, or E3's life. Uh, yeah. Alright, so today's topic, it's going to be about popularity, especially school popularity. I think school popularity really depends. It really depends on where you land up in life. If you're part of the popular group, you probably go to college, join a frat, socialize, network, and you'll probably end up at a high-paying job or a decent job. Or there's some people that don't are not popular in a sense, and they still make it. It's from whatever position you're in right now. It is possible. It is possible to get anywhere in life from your position. Now, I didn't say it was going to be easy. It is easier if you're, you know, confident, can talk well, you know, are sociable, can socialize, right? Now, obviously, if you can do those things, good for you. Some people, like me, have a hard time doing that. And obviously, there's a challenge there, right? And I think that's what makes popularity such a thing to be. It should be studied in a sense, especially in high school, because I'm living through it right now. And it's kind of weird, right? Because if you go up to a popular student or a kid, they probably know that they're popular, but they're gonna deny it, right? I was asking this one girl that I was like, so why did you date, right? Because she was dating this one guy, then they broke up. He was a football star or something, right? I don't know. I don't really care. But I had to ask her. I was like, why did you date? Did you date for popularity? And the show, the Instagram, the show off, to go on dates with other popular friends, right? And she told me that she dated not for popularity, just because she wanted to date. Now, keep in mind, I'd asked her probably a year back, um, are you willing to date someone, right? I don't, I kind of like this girl off and on, right? And she's like, oh, I'm not ready. But it's kind of crazy, right? That if you, I don't want to be targeted to anyone out there, but my experience is that if the girl tells you that, "Oh, I don't want to date right now," it's most likely true. But there's some out there that say that to you, then they move on to another guy. They don't, they want to date, just not you. And I had that happen to me. And then she came back. I think she likes the idea of me giving her attention. And it's kind of crazy because giving attention in a sense is wanting to be popular or wanting, someone to follow you in a sense, wanting popularity, wanting attention, right? I think that's a kind of a crazy phenomenon that goes on in school and even outside of life, right? Because you have celebrities that want attention, or you have people online, the internet, or especially in college, that want everyone to know everything about her, them, or that couple, this couple, right? So popularity is everywhere, especially in you see this a lot. Here's what I make a comparison to popularity. After you graduate high school, then it becomes college. If you go to college and you have popular there, if you play a sport, you're popular. If you have a Instagram following, you're popular. If you party, you're popular, right? You network, you get into jobs, you know people, right? But then after that, either you get a regular job, start working, you have some people, you talk to people there, you have some popularity in a sense, and then people want to take that far. Either A, they become a content creator nowadays, or some gun for the politician career. I look at politics as um, a big boy version of high school, right? Because if you think about it, it's really just professional talkers, professional people that want to convey other people's ideas, right? It's kind of a crazy thing. and it's in a sense it's kind of popularity ring, and it's kind of like, well, you kind of gotta be into it, you know. I think recently, this guy, he was I didn't know that much about him, but his name was Charlie Kirk. He recently died. May God have a good place for him up in heaven, and I hope his family's doing well. And they're in my prayers. Um, he was a debater, right? He gained popularity through debating the youth of today at colleges, high schools, and he was a Republican. Now, obviously, political affiliation has nothing to do with this. Well, it does for him and everyone else, but um, he was really good at debating. I will admit, you know, he was an excellent speaker. He was a good guy at heart, right? And he debated these people about interesting topics. And I think that's an important thing. It should be talked about and, you know, talk things through, right? And he gained popularity by doing this. And sadly, he got assassinated. And it's kind of crazy how that stuff happens, you know? Because if you compare this to well, not assassination, but if you compare being popular, in high school, you know, you have the popular kids, and some people don't like them. Same thing with politics, anything in life, right? You have these popular people, and then you have these other people that don't like the popular people, right? Then you have the middle people, right? Which see the, you know, good and bad things in both sides. And I guess you could say I'm part of that, you know, because I see the good and bad and the popular kids. Even though they say they're not popular, they know they are. They just don't want to admit it, right? For reasons. I have no idea why. But it's weird. Popularity is a very weird thing. It's I don't know. That's kind of a thing I've always noticed throughout high school, right? Is how popularity affects people and how it's a kind of a crazy thing. I don't know. I think you don't have to be popular in high school. You don't have to be any of those things, right? Just be yourself. That's why I did. You know, yeah, sometimes I would peer pressure to do this or that, but at the end of the day, you're gonna realize eventually that you're gonna want to be your authentic self. That's what I'm doing, you know. This is what these videos are for, right? It's not for popularity. It's just to share my ideas, right? My approach to a lot of things, um, is kind of look at the good and bad and realize that there's always a good out of the bad. There's always something to be learned. You know, kind of that good and bad mindset, right? So that's the whole reason for these videos, is kind of get my thoughts across and kind of keep me in a schedule in a sense. So, I don't know. Well, that's kind of my idea on popularity. I probably will come back and expand on it one day in the future here. But I just want to put this out there, and there will be a popularity part 2 coming. Probably next year. I definitely will remake all the videos, you know, a year from now, right? Repeat the same ideas, just talk about a little more. But yeah, popularity is a crazy thing. I hope whoever's listening, or to you out there, don't take being popular as a good thing. Because in some cases, it's not a good thing, being popular at your school or wherever. Because, you know, I know this firsthand because I've talked to some popular kids before, or just kids or students at my school that have people following them or followers on Instagram. There is a mental toll to that. And it's not talked about being popular. It's not talked about having the mental side, right? Because you always feel like you want to put on a show. And now, you know, as I get older, I'm starting to realize that a lot of these popular kids just want to be chill and just want to not, you know, have to put on a show every time, right? So it's kind of crazy to see that happen, and you realize that, you know, probably at the end of high school, senior year, right? I don't know. Just an idea to think about, a little food for thought there. Alright, people. This has been your weekly upload. I will see you all next week. I hope you have a good day, good evening, good afternoon. If you're eating lunch, eating dinner, whatever, watching this, if you're sleeping, if you're gaming, hope that all goes well for you, and I hope you can find peace in your lifetime. Alrighty. Goodbye, good night, good evening, good afternoon. Thank you.